Welcome back to the channel. A few topics I want to talk about today. Number one, it is freezing cold. I want to do the video outside. As you can see, we still got a pretty good amount of snow on the ground. It is January of 2022. I want to talk about a few things. So the topic of today's video is, one thing that really grinds my gears is we got the protocol freaks, we got the book freaks. And when I say freaks, I don't mean it in a derogatory way or a demeaning way. The way that I mean it is, you'll have these people that, they'll buy this expensive book, 40, 50, 60 bucks, 70 bucks. They're desperate. They want to get well. They want to, they want to heal. And what tends to happen is they'll have them on this long list of different things. They'll say this is the magic healing for MCS or mold toxicity. And it'll be like 12, 13, like I said, 14, 15, 16 different things. And a lot of the times, my issue with that is everybody's unique, and this is not medical advice, so this is my disclaimer. But I found what works for me is add one thing at a time. If you're detoxing and stuff, and you're trying to, heal, and you're trying to get well, and you're trying to get better, always go by how you feel. It's, if, let's say, you do Epsom salt baths, and you do those for a month straight, and, you Herxheimer reaction, but you feel like you're improving, your tolerance is getting better, you don't necessarily feel the greatest, but your inflammation and your tolerances go up, then that hey, this is helping me. And then maybe you can add something else, maybe activated charcoal. Now for me personally, activated charcoal doesn't do anything, but the next thing you may add, let's say the activated charcoal flares your symptoms up, and you start going backwards. Well, let's say you add glutathione. I never had luck with glutathione, so my detox regimens, things that I found that worked, and it come from 20 years survivors of multiple chemical sensitivity improvers. I will say this much. Let's use this for another example. Let's say you add Pectosol C, and notice your tolerances keep going up, your inflammation's going down. You take the tablet, you necessarily don't feel the best, you're having a little bit of herx, that's okay. But, that's what kills me about the protocols is you'll have, let's use the Andy Cutler protocol, for example. The core basic ones is like magnesium, zinc, I think adrenal cortex, which I did see a lot of benefits from it, and vitamin C. Now I do know that the core 4, and I do plan on trying DMSA and ALA. I found that the core ones I reacted to, and the reason why is because I worked in a lot of zinc and I worked in a lot of magnesium dust. My arms would be black at the end of my shift from the magnesium dust. So also copper makes me itch. So I don't find everything in the Andy Cutler protocol correct for everybody, because if you've been exposed to high levels of those things, you may be sensitized, so it may not be the the building block. So that's why I'm totally against the one size fits all shoe. Do this, do this, do this, do that, and do this in the correct order. And people just start taking it to the extremes, and the that's a really big issue that I have with the books and the protocol. So I never ever, when I post my detox regimens on my page, multiple chemical sensitivity, the search for the cure, uh, I'm going by what has helped me through product of elimination. It's nothing that I really read or nothing that I really found. Usually the go-to for a lot of functional medicine is glutathione and the activated charcoal. And what I found from talking to hundreds of people on the chemical websites or chemical sensitivity websites is that I never really see really large healers with those two binders or antioxidants, as you want to call it. Now, the grapeseed extract that I use is kind of a double-bladed sword, because it's a good antioxidant for me, and it does help with inflammation. However, it has lectin, which is or modified lectin, which is derived from soy, and I'm sensitive to soy. And so that I pretty much cover bases there. Let's talk about food allergies. I'm also on the food allergy websites, and one thing that I find this consistent pattern, I was born with peanut, nut, egg, shrimp, chocolate, soy, wheat, barley. It was a few others that I was allergic to, but there's 13 that sphere that I really have to be careful. And if you go on the food intolerances or the food allergy websites, the prednisone websites, on Facebook, you find the same pattern: peanuts, nuts, eggs, shrimp, chocolate. Sitting on these all the time: allergic to peanuts, allergic to peanuts, allergic to peanuts. Kind of follows the same kind of pattern. And later down the road, they'll develop other intolerances. And I've said it many times in the videos: food allergy and food intolerance is two totally different things. I drank cow's milk for years, was fine. Drank or ate bread for years, was fine. Ate sugar for years, was fine. Not in cakes or anything like that, but because a lot of cakes uses peanuts. But I found that from advice from a really good MCS friend, when I eliminated dairy, GMO, bread, and sugar, cane sugar in particular, a lot of my swell and inflammation went down, a lot of my intolerances. My food allergy stayed. So a lot of people that get MCS and they get intolerances, they think that's a food allergy. It's not necessarily a food allergy, it's an intolerance. So it's two totally different things. That's why sensitivities and food allergies don't necessarily go hand in hand. But back to the point of the video, you see this same pattern, and you see this rise in Alzheimer's, and you see this rise in diabetes. And the reason why is because with the GMO products, you're getting fed the same things. You're getting fed the cow's milk, which is highly processed. You're getting fed the cane sugar. You're getting fed the breads, and all these I refer to them as inflammatory foods. And that's exactly what they do. Is if you have underlying Lyme or co-infections or anything like that, when you're adding inflammatory foods to your diet, you're exacerbating your sensitivities. So all you got to do is just, my teachings or the things that I've learned, it's been proven time after time. You see the same pattern, like person who was born with the 7 core food allergies, the core ones again: peanuts, nuts, eggs, shrimp, it's these same kind of patterns. And what it is, it's generational buildup, genetic. Your grandmother might have ate, like mine, she might have ate 4 jars of it a day, and was completely fine. But as you know, it got passed on, you know, genetics and stuff like that. You know, these adverse reactions are showing up the same way with how Alzheimer's is showing up. You know, diabetes is increasing, and these other intolerances, and you know, now we're seeing people. I was the first generation kind of that had some of these allergies, and now we're also seeing, you know, people that's allergic to aspirin and stuff like that. I'm actually allergic to aspirin. So I got 30 years experience with allergies, and I got almost 3 years experience with MCS and mold toxicity. Just recently found out I got Lyme disease. Of course, y'all know about the heavy metal poison from other videos. But so let's go on to the next thing. So we've seen this consistent pattern with the food allergies,